Again, Erev Shabbos, Parshas, Nitzavim. Besides for some tremendous chizuk, Calrlebach, I love him ma'od, getting us warmed up for Rosh Hashanah for the Yamim Noraim. Hinei Yamim Baim. The Parsha starts off with a recovery note. This last Parsha we had the Tzeichacha, and not too many years ago, back in Europe, when they heard the word El, the Olam would faint. And they were shaking in their boots. But it's our Rabbeim's job, starting with Moshe Rabbeinu, to get up after the Teichacha and tell the Olam, don't worry guys, you survived. You're going to make it through the Yom Hadin. Yeah, our job is to shake, and it's our Baim's job to say, don't worry, it'll be okay. But you have to wonder. The Rebbeinu Shalom is saying, you guys, you mess up, shaking your boots. This is something scary. This is real. And then Moshe Rabbeinu sort of comes and is like, nah, it's alright. Don't worry about it. Don't break a sweat. I mean, I don't know, what's worse? The terrifying pachad instilled in us, or the brushing it off? I assume there's some sort of a balance, right? Chazal tell us that the Nakuda that Moshe Rabbeinu was telling us was not that Atem Nitzavim Hadyon. Not that we had survived the Teichacha. Not that we had survived messing up. I mean, the entire Torah is just Klal Yisrael botching it. It's not a very flattering story. And yet, the Nakuda that Moshe Rabbeinu was pointing to was Kolchem. You guys made it here today because you stuck together. But Davka, because you were Kulchem, you stood together, you stood as one, you had each other's backs, that's why you made it till today. So yeah, you should be shaking in your boots. And yeah, there are klalos out there, and they're real. But if you guys stick together, you'll have the schus of each other. And even if one Yid maybe doesn't deserve another year of Shefa and Bracha and Kol Tuv, but if his brothers need him, Chazal says sometimes people are even saved for their pets. It's like, hey, this guy doesn't deserve another year, but what's his puppy gonna do without him? How's his goldfish gonna survive? Someone has to do tashtach on that goldfish. We need each other more than ever. Dessler says that the reason why we have 2 days of Rosh Hashanah, which is an interesting thought, it's always bothered me. The first day we are done, we know, we're going into Musaf, we blow the shofar, the Baim Shalom goes from the Kisei Hadin, Kisei Rachamim. So what are we doing on day 2? It's all written. What are we there for? And Dessler says there are 2 dinim. There's the din of the Yachid. What do I deserve this coming year? Which is a terrifying thought. And then there's the din of the Rabbim. It's yes, I know what my cheshbon is, but as far as my part in the klal, maybe I deserve a little more. Because people need me. Make sure you're needed. And it doesn't take a lot to be needed. Because people need you so bad. People need you so bad. And you have so much more to give than we realize. There was a Yid, a Bachar, came to the Rav for the first time, and the Rav was schmoozing with him, and he realized that this kid was incredible. He was brilliant, and sharp, and sweet, and humble, and kind, everything. And he turned to the father after having a wonderful conversation with this boy, and he says, your son is my ridik. What did you do? What's the schus, What's the story? And the father says, the truth is, he wasn't always like this. I take no credit. But I know exactly when it went down. I know when things changed. What happened? He says like this. He was in high school. And he got called up for Hagba. And he got up there. It's on a random Monday or Thursday. And he did a backwards Hagba. Like on Simchas Torah, with the cloth facing out. And the place was humming and buzzing. What is this guy doing? Where'd that come from? It's no idea. So the Manal Taka called him in afterwards and he said, Tzaddik, That's a Simchas Torah thing. What was with the backwards Hagba? And the boy said, I'll tell you why. I wasn't going to do it, but I had to think on my feet. Because my friend, one of the guys in the yeshiva, got Shlishi, and he has a tremendous stutter. So as he said the brachas, people started murmuring. People started whispering. People started noticing, thinking, looking. And there's no way that was not embarrassing to my friend. So I was next up on the roster. When I got up there for Hagba, I needed to catch their attention. I needed to avert their attention from the stutter. So I flipped around the Torah. I did a backwards Hagba. That was the first thing that came to mind. His father turns to the Rav and says, I'm telling you, that day my son changed. He became brilliant, he became kind, he became sweet, he became sharp, he became like midos and qualities, talents, everything just flowed into his neshama. It's unexplainable, but that's exactly the moment that it happened. If we keep our eye on others, Hashem's going to keep us around to keep taking care of them. Make sure there's someone in your life who you're taking care of, who's relying on you, even for little things. You bring him a coffee in the morning. You wish him good morning when he's drinking his coffee. Or if he doesn't drink coffee, then you have to get creative. I don't know. The kids, we may all be zeicha to look around, to notice our brothers and sisters who are thirsty for care, concern, for Yiddishkeit, for spirituality, for a smile, for a Vort. Because Hinei, Yamim, Baim, those days already came. Hinei Yamim Baim Hashem Tishtachti Rabares Rav Lalechem Belitzamo Lamayim Hinei Yamim Baim Hashem Tishtachti Rabares Rav Lalechem Belitzamo Lamayim Lo yirav lalechem v'lo yitzama l'mayim Ki im lishmoya Yisbar Hashem Lo yirav lalechem v'lo yitzama l'mayim Ki im lishmoya Yisbar Hashem Hashem Tishtachti Rav Rezu Rav Lalechem Belitzamo Lamayim Hinei Yamim Baim Hashem Tishtachti Rav Rezu Rav Lalechem Belitzamo Lamayim Lo yirav lalechem v'lo yitzama l'mayim Ki im lishmoya divrei Hashem Magid Shabbos, Ksiva v'chasim atoivo.